Back in February, I was at a event at Buttonwillow in California, and one of the other gentlemen that was running his car on that day had a similar car to mine, in fact, same year model. And we were talking, and he explained to me that you could actually sign up to run your car at the Circuit of Americas, a world-class F1 track in Austin, Texas. And of course, I was very interested, and that night went back to the hotel and immediately began planning this trip. So I signed up for an October event, and we loaded up the car on a trailer, took it all the way to one little hiccup along the way, blown tire, took it all the way to Austin, Texas, got there a few days early, enjoyed some of the scenery around Austin, went to Lake Travis, a beautiful setting, kind of a very hilly area, the hill country of Texas, very hot all the time. Spent time around Austin, went downtown, experienced some of the downtown area. Also, of course, experienced great food, Italian restaurant Vespaio, Interstellar Barbecue, the best barbecue I've ever had, followed by Terry Black's, the second best barbecue I've ever had. If you go to Austin, you have to go to those two places. Well, finally, after several days of having fun, it's time to go run the track. Saturday morning, 7 a.m., Circuit of the Americas, an F1 rated FIA track, the only permanent F1 track in the U.S., and I get to experience it. And here we are, 7 a.m., there for the drivers' meeting. It's quite a sight to be able to go out and drive this track. There I am going to get lined up for my first run. So the track is 3.41 miles and it is a considerably higher speed track than what I normally run. Even though there are some technical areas, you run this at an average of a much higher speed. I'm going to break this track down little by little as we go through it, segment by segment. Okay, time for us to get out on track. We are entering the main straight on the pit exit. We're not coming out of pit road because of the F1 activities they're setting up for the F1 race that was going to be at this location 2 weeks after we were there. This is a video of us entering the track from the pit exit. So, first thing we're going to do is break down this track. Turn 1, we approach this turn, high speed, main straight. We stay far right, and we brake very late because it's uphill, and then turn. We're going to do what's called a late apex. So we're going to turn in very late into this corner for two reasons. It's a very wide part of the track, so we can really keep our speed by staying far right and turning in late. And also, it's more than a 90-degree turn, so as you can see here in this video, the best way to approach that was to turn in late, and then you turn in and accelerate immediately, and it's a downhill from that point on. So we are going to now accelerate into turn 2, and we're going to be wide open throttle down the hill all the way into turn 2, where we're going to modulate throttle around this turn because we're getting ready for the 3 S's that come after this. So we want to have our speed up. So we're going to be approaching 100 miles an hour around this turn, And now, as we go into turn 3, 4, and 5, we are going to coast. We are just going to let the momentum that we've built up carry us through these turns. We're also going to take as much curbing as possible because we want to make this section as straight as possible. So we're going to be inside or left side of the track on turn 3 here, right side of the track on turn 4, taking much curbing, left side of the track turn 5. Now we're going to enter turn 6 with a little break. And as you can see on this video, Linda captured this video from the bridge that crosses the track. That's me entering turn 3, 4, and 5. I probably tapped on the brakes a little bit there because I had a little too much speed, probably over 100 miles an hour. Normally we just let it coast. So now into turn 6, we have scrubbed some amount of speed going through 3, 4, and 5. We're going to stay right side of the track, hug turn 6. And at the very end of turn 6, we're going to exit across the track towards the left side of the track in turn 7. So where I am hugging, I could hug this a little better. And now I'm going to accelerate. I could have released a little earlier, or accelerate across turn 7. Turn 8 is similar to turn 6, except it's a little tighter. I am going to enter in the center of the track, slam the brakes momentarily to set the front end, and turn in and hug turn 8 tight to the right. So that as I release, so you can see here I tap the brakes, I'm going to hug tight, and then I'm going to release over turn 9, wide open throttle, all the way over the top, into turn 10, where I chose to lift a little bit because holding wide open throttle around that turn was just a little more than my car liked. I would just lift. I wouldn't brake. I would just lift and then re-accelerate over that turn. Now we're wide open throttle all the way down into the braking zone, far right, as we enter turn 11. Turn 11 is a hairpin. We are going to stay far right, and we are going to go deep. And at the last possible moment, we are going to turn in across this, and then we are going to accelerate very hard. This is entering the main straight. We want as much time to pick up speed as possible. I'm on throttle right now, accelerating wide open throttle, staying down the right side. I drifted a little bit to the center. It doesn't matter a whole lot, but we are going to stay far right for the turn 12 that's coming up after this long straight. Hard into the brakes from a very high speed, way over 150 miles, or well over 150 miles an hour, as fast as 160 on the speedometer, into turn 12. Turn 12 is not a hairpin, but it is a tight turn. We're going to stay far right again. We're going to go deep, and we're going to late apex, past the crown, and accelerate hard and get to the left because of turn 13. So turn 13 and 14 we're going to handle like one big turn. We're going to cross the apex on 13. We're going to go wide to the left side of the track and then cross the apex on 14 on the right side of the track. As you watch here, I'm on the left, brake into the apex, could have been tighter there, allow it to float out across turn 14, and now wide open throttle. Wide open throttle into turn 15, where we're going to stay on the left side, and then we're going to go, because of the shape of this corner, we're going to stay on the left side, but then we're going to go very deep and cross over to the right, and again, a very late apex. So I'm going deep, past the turn, boom, late apex, on the throttle, heading into what we call the carousel, which is turn 16 and 17 and 18. And on this, we are modulating throttle. Now, I went through this section maybe 80 to 85. My car can do better. When I go back, it's an area I need to improve in. There's other areas as well. But here's Apex turn 16, drift out a little bit. Apex turn 17, drift out. Apex turn 18, now wide open throttle to the center of the track and then back to the right because of turn 19. Here's a remote video taken by Linda of me going around this carousel. Again, I'm probably doing 85 here. Should be doing a little faster. The car can do it. Now we're going to head into turn 19. Now turn 19 looks like a hard left turn. It's not. It is less than 90 degrees. It's a wide part of the track. I can do better on this turn. I entered at as fast as 90 and my car was not stressed. I can go faster than that. Another area of improvement is this high-speed turn. There's really only a lift off and then back on the accelerator into turn 20. Turn 20 is more than 90 degrees. I nailed this corner pretty well right from the beginning because it's very similar to a turn at Buttonwillow, turn 13. And I knew exactly what my car could do on this turn. So I was hitting this one dead on and perfectly, a little wide. Car was sliding a little bit, meaning I'd reached the perfect limit, and back on the throttle and back up in the straight into turn 1. Of course, staying far away. Of course, there was a lot of very expensive cars there. This is a picture of a GT2 RS MR, Manthey Racing. It owns the record for the fastest production car on the Nürburgring in Germany. And it was parked right next to us, and there were several others there, as well as a lot of very expensive vehicles. I mean, my car was run-of-the-mill there. There were, of course, a ton of Porsches, GT4 RSs, GT3 RSs, GT3s, AMG GTRs and GTSs, McLarens, a Lamborghini, which there was only one that I saw, Ferrari 296 GTBs, you name it, Corvette Z06s, no ZR1s yet. Those are brand new, and no Mustang GTDs that I saw out there. Anyway, back to me. Some gratuitous videos of me passing cars on the main straight. This is me passing a Porsche. Yes, I'm going to point out that I'm passing Porsches. Thank you. I think the next one might be another Porsche. Yes, it is. There are some here that have some explanation. That's me passing another Porsche. Oh wow, 3 in a row. Look at that. This one here, that Corolla did not lift when I passed. When I go to pass, he's supposed to lift off so that I can get by quickly. He did not. So it took me quite a while to get around that Corolla. And you cannot make turn 1 from the middle of the track at high speed. Ask Lance Stroll that question. F1 fans will understand that reference. So it was a little hairy there because I did get back over in time to hit the brakes and make the turn, but he was supposed to lift off the accelerator. There I'm passing a Tesla Model 3 Performance. Quite a few Teslas out there, by the way, too. They do like to get out there and track. Some of them are set up for the track. Another Tesla. I don't know if that's the same one or not. I think somewhere in here I also pass a Miata. This is a little too much track for a Miata. say the truth. They are good track vehicles on small, tight tracks, but I think that's the Miata there. Yeah, on this track, too high speed of a track, they're too underpowered. And me passing going into the S's with my better half. Yeah, very
Nice. Woo, baby, look at you go.
Yeah, my big sister showed up to enjoy the experience and get an idea of what we do, and she also got to go out for a ride with a professional driver. Because it was my first time with the group, I'm not certified to give rides, so we got her a ride with a pro who is certified. And she got to experience what track driving is all about. I don't know that she enjoyed it. Anyway, on our way out of Texas, we stopped to visit a dear friend of mine, Tom. Used to work with him back 30-some years ago. And because he knew we were showing up, he put on a huge spread of delicious food. Smoked chicken and wings and candied bacon, cheese dip, garlic bread. You would not believe the spread he put out for just two of us, for Linda and I showing up. Anyway, Tom, thank you very much. It was a great time seeing you again, and we will do it again. And finally, thank you to my big sister, Donna, also known as Susie, as we call her within the family, for coming all the way from Florida to share in my experience. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And the beautiful woman in the center of the picture, my better half, Linda. Thank you so much for not only enduring my craziness and my passion, but you seemingly enjoy it even more than I do and get just as excited for each event as I do. I love you and thank you. And by the way, we are going to go back and do it again. Love you and bye to everyone. Thank you for watching the video.